Okay, guys, it's been a few weeks since I got all that stuff from Minitech, and now they sent me some more parts. We came to like some sort of a agreement, basically, with the whole situation. He wrote me a check for $250, so it's something. It's not a lot, but it's something. He did get me the rest of my parts. I got my axles, the rear mount here, and then the shifter cable brackets. Interestingly enough, I don't really know why this clamp is off. I don't know if he just didn't get it on there right or what's going on. It's got grease in it, so yeah, he must just done a really bad job with that. But we'll put that back on. I will say, you can tell he actually spent the time to weld this bracket correctly, because this one actually has reasonable welds. If you look at it, that's actually pretty damn good. That's how the whole kit should have looked. But that's all right. I can fix it. I can re-weld that stuff. He's part of the deal. He's actually going to send me some new shocks for the front, because obviously that one didn't fit. Turns out they used to use AFCO shocks in these, and then they switched to the QA ones because they had a supply issue. But in any case, he's going to ship me 2 new shocks, and then the pieces that I need to basically make it work. So it's good, or well, I guess one more shock. He's going to send me the QA one plus the top hat and all that stuff, so we can make that work. So we're it's better. We're getting somewhere. Okay, so next thing on the agenda, I had to figure out how to get the hood closed, because I don't have a hood cable and it never shut when I got it. And there's like a release like here, and it's a pain in the ass, but I got it to shut. Definitely doesn't line up the best. There's gonna be a lot of fucking around trying to get this body to straighten up, but if I do it just right, you can get it to shut. I don't trust it at all on the highway, but I think it'll make it to the DMV, and that's what we're doing next. We're gonna try and see if hopefully I can get a title for this, because if I get a title for this, I'll feel so much better about it, because then I can like actually like start really actually working on it rather than just kind of tinkering. Granted that obviously I got a bunch of projects going on, but yeah, at least I can like, yeah, for sure dive in. So yeah, next step, let's drive to the DMV. See if hopefully I don't get the same guy that I had problems with the Civic that gave me VIN number issues, because obviously there's no VIN on the dash because it doesn't exist. It never did. It was always up here. So we'll see, guys. Well, I'm driving it. That really loud, annoying noise, I've finally decided is the alternator. I'm pretty sure. It is so fucking loud. God, this thing is the roughest ride in the world, but we're almost to the DMV. I can see it, so fingers crossed, guys. Okay, so now I'm sitting in line. Maybe it's actually the fuel pump, so I got to shut off right now, but like, that's me keying it on. Yeah, might be the fuel pump. I don't know. We already have problems. This fucking cocksucker seriously wouldn't let me borrow his pen because I forgot to fill out the address, and he's making it seem like I gotta back out of line because I can't borrow his pen for fucking 2 seconds. What the fuck is wrong with these DMV people? Well, dude took he looked at the VIN number, I showed him it was under the dash, or under the hood, he didn't seem to care. Took the stuff back over the window, so maybe? We're about to find out. Well, guys, I was able to get the title, so I feel pretty good about it. So now we can actually work on some stuff. So let's just get to the garage and start wrenching. And I got those coilovers on there. I went through, I ended up taking the control arm off, and I ended up lengthening this rod here to bring it out a little bit more, to give it more camber, because I noticed that this is sitting in really far, and it's kind of rubbing in spots, and I don't think it'll be much of a problem, but I wanted to give it as much clearance as I could, so I brought that out. I'm going to end up having to adjust the tie rod ends. I may end up having to bring the top one out a little bit too. I don't know. We'll see. But I was trying to bring basically the whole situation out, so I was going to try to bring the bottom out and then probably bring the top out to bring this whole thing out, but I don't know. We'll see once I get to that point. At the moment, I'm fucking with the brakes again, because of course I am. I've got my new brake setup, finally, from Minisport. This took, and I shit you not, I ordered it in January, right? Ordered it in January. I didn't get it till, it was the beginning of January. I didn't get it till the first week of May. So, yeah, So, you know, guys, yeah, shit takes forever now because of customs. It was in customs for a month. This ended up these went back to powder coat because I guess something got screwed up. I don't know. But in any case, got the parts now. Hopefully they work because God forbid they don't. But you can see here, here's a huge difference in the rotors. These cute little guys are, believe it or not, they're actually, they're an upgrade. Not by much, because they are solid rotors. They're not even vented. These are the 8.4s, which is what it would originally had, I believe. But it does have 4-piston calipers. So that's going to be, it is an upgrade from factory. But obviously it's a downgrade from this, but it'll allow me to put the correct size wheels on this car finally. Once I get some tires. But for the moment, we got to make sure the brakes work. So took this apart. You can see this little guy just slides into there, and then I just got to run the bolts through, and then I can put the rotors on and then kind of work the calipers. So let's get to that. Oh man, guys, lots and lots of screwing around. This side is at least almost put together. I still need to tighten this, bleed it obviously, but so what happened is essentially when I went to put this on, these threads were screwed up. I had to redo those on the bolts because of course I did. I went to put this on. This did not reach where the tab was. The tab was originally right here. It didn't reach no matter how you routed it. It was too short. So I cut the tab off and welded it down here at kind of an angle and moved the brake line fitting down, or brake line down, so it would match. Now it doesn't contact this at all. It doesn't contact anything. It's nice and smooth. Everything's going to work. I did have to go get brake adapter fittings because for whatever reason, this line is bubble flare and this is inverted flare. And I don't know if it was like that from factory or somebody did that because it had, you know, this aftermarket stuff on here. I don't know. All I know is I had to go get the fittings and I finally found something. It worked. For reference, if anybody cares, it is standard. It's 3/8 by 24. I thought for sure it was going to be metric. Nope, it is standard. But so I got this side together. The other side is completely still all the Honda stuff, so I need to take that apart, put that together. Then I can bleed the brakes. Then I can tighten those. So I'm going to start working on the other side. Hopefully I can get that to go together smoother than this side did. What's up, guys? I'm back here at the Mini Cooper. Just gonna come clean and say that I haven't been doing great about the videos lately. Basically, I've had a million problems with the Mini Cooper. Nothing has worked. I've been waiting on parts. Things still didn't work. Like, it's been an absolute disaster, and it wasn't even worth videotaping. And I've just been working on it here and there, just trying to make something work. I don't know. But for the moment, you will see I did get some different wheels. Obviously, you know, I talked about those in the past. Got these 13-inch wheels, and I finally got some tires for them. I got some R888s in a 225 45 13, and yeah, they fit pretty decent. I had to do a little bit of trimming here. Had to do a little bit of trimming at the back, and then I had to raise the ride height a little bit because it was rubbing pretty good. But now I think it's kind of okay. I did drive it already. Seems to drive better. It kind of sort of tried to overheat on me, but I wasn't sure if it was actually overheating or if it was a wiring issue with the gauge. I don't really know. It is much warmer today, so it could be. The other things, it's been a lot. There's been so many different problems with this car, but it seems to drive better, so I need to drive it again. I'm just gonna drive it to the bank just to see if it does okay. I was driving it earlier and it was like torque steering, just unbelievably bad. I did some research. These things have a really bad problem with bump steer. You can buy arms to fix that, but they're on back order. Technically, you can modify the stock ones, but it would take a lot of time of doing a string alignment, trying to figure out exactly where we're sitting up, and then doing a bump steer. You know, I don't know. It's a whole thing. I'm trying to figure it out, but for the moment, yeah, I'm just trying to make it just drive. So we're just gonna see what it does. Okay, I gotta add in a little bit here. So I did drive it. It wasn't really any better. I did get the brakes like working mostly, but I had one of the bleeder valves was messed up. It's been a whole thing, but essentially I kind of let it sit for a little bit, for a few weeks, whatever, and now we're gonna go back to, we're actually gonna work on it. So you'll see in the next part, yeah, we're gonna put an engine together. So I'm back in the garage right now. We're gonna be doing Mini Cooper things. I've got the new engine that's gonna be going in the Mini Cooper because obviously, you know, like we talked about a little bit in the past, that D series is coming out. And this K series is going in. This is a K20Z3 out of like 06 to 11 SI. And this one, supposedly the guy, he said that he had a misfire, something about the plug got stuck and he fucked the threads all up, couldn't get it fixed, gave up. I looked at it already, like, he's right, the threads are totally jacked on one of the cylinders, so we're gonna tear this thing down, get the cylinder head off. I've got multiple cylinder heads, so it's not a big deal. So I've got like 2 big valve TSX heads, so that's probably gonna go on here because it'd actually be, it'd be kind of a nice upgrade. So yeah, let's get this thing torn down. I already power washed it, so it's like cleaner than it was. It's still not clean, but it's cleaner. So we're gonna tear it down, kind of go over what we've got, and then see if we can put something together. All right, got her all torn down. Looks pretty good in here. I mean, obviously it's dirty, but yeah, I mean, the cylinder walls look good, the pistons look fine, the head gasket look fine. And you can see this cylinder right here, you can see those threads are gone. Obviously I could helicoil it, but I've got multiple cylinder heads, so why bother? So we're just gonna, yeah, throw one of the other ones on there, but yeah, we're feeling pretty good about this. I need to take the oil pan off, kind of look through there, because obviously we're gonna do a K20 oil pump, like the Type S version. And yeah, I need to paint the block, so lots more to do. And moving on, you can see I'm about to put the oil pan on. I've got the K20 oil pump, the Type S pump was already on there. New timing components, obviously got this lower guide. And then I put the Skunk 2 trapdoor baffle setup on here. This is the one that was on that Porsche that I've been working on since we used a different pan. He said I could use this one, so we're gonna throw this on here. And it should work pretty good, so let's put the pan on. Okay, oil pan is all on, of course. I did a little bit more painting because obviously since it was upside down, there's a couple spots that got missed. So now it's, yeah, all that's painted. Cleaned up the block surface. Got my Cometic head gasket here. This is the cylinder head we're gonna put on it. It's, like I said, it's TSX big valve. Intake valves are like, I think they're 1 millimeter bigger than normal TSX. So yeah, should work out just fine. I got this thing all cleaned up. And I think we're just about ready to put it on. Ta-da! Skipping ahead, it's all together. Not going to be using that valve cover. That's just literally just to keep the dust out of it for the moment, but it is together. Hell yeah. Okay, so we have another Skunk 2 knockoff situation intake manifold for the Mini. We are going to go through and port this thing, get it all cleaned up, basically do what I did to all the other intake manifolds that I've got, and maybe go a little bit further, but god damn, look how rough the casting is in this part. Jesus, so bad. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of porting, a lot of polishing and stuff to go through here. Obviously, first thing I need to do, I want to drill this out so I can get the idle air control to work, just like I did in the other one. So we're going to drill that out and then just start going to town on this thing. Oh man, guys, that was a lot of time wasted. Well, I shouldn't say wasted. A lot of time spent on doing this intake manifold. I mean, it's looking pretty good. It's yeah, poured and polished, like down the runners, about as far as I can go with the tools that I have without cutting the intake manifold in half. I thought about cutting it in half, but I was like, you know what? Nah. I spent enough time on this. Fuck it, it'll be good enough. Yeah, you can see in there. It's gonna be hard to tell like how far I went in there, but yeah, I went in there about as far as I could, and then on the top, they have these like 2 little holes that you're supposed to put these like little like inserts in for vacuum ports, which I think is kind of jankety. I just I tapped it for 1/8 pipe thread and just put some plugs in there for now. I do need to get like a hose fitting for at least one of those, but for the moment it'll be fine. I think the only other thing I need to do this intake manifold is really, I may need to plug this. I can't remember if I did on the other one or not. I'm gonna have to look and see what I need to do with that. I might just weld over it. I don't know. We'll see. I'll either weld over it or maybe I'll tap it for a different bolt, put it in there. Either way, I'm feeling pretty good about it. We're pretty much done with the intake. All right, guys. I think that's gonna be it on this one. I know I was like kind of jumping around all over the place. Like I said, it's been honestly months worth of just random footage here and there. Like I'd get like a couple minutes of content, and then I'm like, I got nothing else. Like it's been kind of a disaster, like trying to get anything to work in the garage over the last few months. But we're on the right path because, you know, like I said, a lot of this video is kind of older, but I've got some new footage coming out for the next video, and we're gonna get a lot done in the next one, a lot done. So stay tuned to that. But for the moment, like, subscribe, do all the things, and peace out.